Welcome to Yoga with Carolyn. I'm super excited to be with you today. Today we're going to switch gears a little bit. A lot of stuff that I do is power, strength, and today we're going to just slow it down. So we're going to do kind of a cross between a restore and a yin class. We're going to hang out some of the poses a little bit longer, trying to get into some deeper muscles and tissues and tendons and stuff that yin provides us. Also, we're looking just to slow down. Now, I have some props with me today, 2 yoga blocks and our bolster. If you do not have a bolster and 2 blocks or even any blocks or any bolster, you can roll up some blankets. An idea is if you have a foam roller, roll your yoga mat or roll a blanket or towel or something just to make it a little bit softer. You can wrap it a lot, make it really big, or not make it quite so big. So books instead of blocks, always acceptable. So today for our practice, we're gonna hold our poses and we're gonna breathe. And the thing I want us to do is I want us to start to notice maybe what comes up, what doesn't come up. We're kind of in this transitional phase between being completely locked down to now starting to open and what's safe, what's not safe to go out and do. And we're having to make a lot of choices, but most of us are probably going pretty stir crazy, right? So we're gonna tap in and check in, see how we're really doing by slowing down. So today's practice is probably the hardest for me, and that is to slow down. So with that, let's go ahead and start. We're gonna take our block. I like this height versus this. This is also okay. I just like this for stability reasons. I'm gonna just place my other block off to the side, place it towards the top of my mat, and I'm going to place my bolster. Again, I can adjust. If I want it higher, I'm gonna bring it in more. If I want it a little bit lower, I'm gonna take my block closer to the other end of the bolster. So we're gonna sit up nice and close to the bolster, my tailbone's touching it, and we're just gonna start to roll down. So whatever I've chosen to be underneath my spine, I just wanna make sure it's in the middle of my back. And the one thing I want you to do today is to turn the palms up and rest the hands on the back, or the back of the hands on the mat. Now I have some lavender diffusing because I've noticed I just feel a little, not stressed, but just keep going, go. And I just feel like we need a little relax. So my knees can be bent, my legs can go straight. I want to be comfortable right here. And we can close our eyes. And we're going to tap into our breath. Now as you notice your breath, I don't want you to change it, just notice. Do we go our belly? Or do we stay up in the rib cage? Now no need to count, but do you feel like your inhale and exhales are even? Allowing our bodies to be just supported by the bolster or blankets and the mat. Allowing our breath to just be nice and easy. Think about our forehead. Is it wrinkled? Is it relaxed? How about into our temples? Down the jaw? Are we clenching our teeth? How about into our neck and across the front of our shoulders? The backs of our shoulders, our spine. How does our belly feel? Are you like me? You tend to clench them. See if we can just release the fingers and let them open naturally. As we continue to breathe here, I want you to notice if anything's coming up. Feeling anxious, stress. Maybe we feel peaceful, happy, relaxed. Maybe we feel overwhelmed. Maybe we feel grateful. Just notice right here. Check back in with our bodies one more time. Make sure we're not holding any tension in the front of the chest, the shoulders, up into our neck, our jaw. And taking 3 more deep breaths. No rush. After that 3rd exhale, we'll start to come back to our seated pose right in front of the bolster. We can use our arms to help us up. And just take a moment to notice. Now, I am going to move my bolster and block mostly just so you're not looking at my behind. But I'll show you how to set up so you never have to move this. This is our setup for the whole thing. We're not moving it at all today. So with that, we're gonna come into a child's pose, a supported child's pose. So again, exactly where it is. I'm gonna take my knees on either side of my bolster, and I'm gonna start to rest my belly. Take one cheek or the other, and rest into it. Again, I'm gonna bring myself so I'm facing you guys. Now let's say my hips are too tight for that, it's not comfortable. I can take my second block and I can place it under the other end of my bolster. Same idea, coming up, knees on either side, and just resting into it. This time, I like to turn my palms up and rest the backs of my hands on the mat, but I can grab around my blocks. I can do whatever feels comfortable with the upper body or with the hands. And again, we're gonna come back to that breath. I want you just to notice. Now that we're laying on our bellies, is it a little bit harder to breathe? Maybe we get a little more anxious. So being comfortable, and if we're not comfortable, add another blanket underneath us. Keep both blocks underneath us. I want you to start to expand the back of the body. Really breathe into our backs. Keep a lot of tightness and tension back there. Again, noticing our forehead. Is it tense? Is it relaxed? How about the temples? What about our jaw, our neck, the front of the shoulders, the back of our shoulders? Now maybe you're feeling your hips more here. How do they feel? Just notice how we feel. We turned inward. That's the best thing about child's pose, is it takes our focus back into us. So we really can look and relax, notice, connect with our bodies, our breath. Now we're going to turn cheeks. So take a deep breath in and just turn to the other cheek. Again, finding that nice breath. Deep breaths into the back of the body. Sometimes it's nice to get out of our head and back into our bodies. See how they're really filling. Just notice what's coming up. Maybe we've calmed down a little bit. Maybe we're feeling a little more anxious because we're slowing down. We're not used to it. Really connecting to us. Going back to that breath, noticing it. The inhales and exhales even. Giving me 3 more breaths right here. No rush, but after that third exhale, we'll come back to seated in front of our bolsters. How do we feel? So we've opened and we've gone inwards. Now we're going to twist. So anything that came up, we're going to twist out and eliminate. But the good thing is if it serves us, we can keep it. If it doesn't, let it go. I know it's way easier said than done. I'm with you on this. So we're going to take that right hip and bring it right up next to the bolster. And my legs can be stacked. I'm going to stagger my legs a little bit, but again, they can be stacked right on top. We're going to twist. So I want you to bring that hip and just rest our chest back over. Be fully supported by the bolster. So we can adjust. You can adjust the head. I'm coming back up here. I just wanted to show you from that angle. Again, stagger the legs, stack the legs. Rest on the right cheek, rest on the left cheek. And I just want you to twist out whatever came up that we don't need anymore, don't want anymore. Maybe there was nothing that came up and we're just going to enjoy the twist because it's good for our backs, it's good for our lungs, it's good for our digestion. You don't always have to have a big reason to do a twist. You can just do it for the physical benefits. Twists help bring new spinal fluid into the spine. We're not going to be in this one quite as long, but before we move, I want you to notice your breath. Notice the body. With the twist, notice maybe the lower back. Just found myself gripping the block. So notice, release. This time we're going to take one more big breath. Exhale completely. And then slowly come back up. We're just going to take our left hip. I'm going to stay right here at the front of my mat. And again, knees can be stacked, legs can be staggered. I'm going to come up nice and close, line my torso up over so I'm supported. I can look over my left shoulder, my right shoulder. If I look over my left shoulder, that twist is really going to deepen and take it all the way up into the neck. Just notice that breath again. And then notice our body. Are we holding tension, tightness anywhere? The forehead, the temple, the jaw, maybe in our shoulders. Maybe again, like I said earlier, maybe you're gripping that block. Can you release and let go? Checking back in with that breath. Your inhales and exhales feel even. So our body's starting to soften and sink maybe a little bit more into that twist. Maybe we found a little bit of relaxation that's eluded us for a couple weeks or days. Giving me one more big breath right here. After we exhale, we'll come back to seated. And we'll just sit up tall. I'll move my blocks out of the way. I just want you to notice, how do we feel? Did things come up or not come up? Both are okay. Did we just slow down enough to really see what's going on in our physical body and our emotional body? Let's go ahead and sit up tall. And let's all take a deep breath in together as we raise those arms up. Exhale, let's draw our hands to our heart center. And thank you all so very much for sharing your yoga practice with me today. The divine light in me honors and acknowledges the divine light in you. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful day. Slowing down a little bit is good. Speeding up if we've slowed down too much is also good. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Have a beautiful day.